Lesson 2 of the School of Elliott. Today we're going to be talking about impulse wave ratios. So first thing I want to go over is the two tools we're going to be using in this lesson are going to be the Elliott or the Fibonacci retracement and the Fibonacci trend-based extension. You will find those both the third menu option down, and if you want you can go ahead and star those two. But Fibonacci retracement and trend-based fib extension. And I'll show you guys how you plot those also. So let me just go ahead and delete those. I have mine here for easier access. So basically you're just gonna go ahead and click on it. You're gonna start from the beginning of a wave, extend to the end of a wave, and just pull over. Super simple. So what that would look like is if you had a 1, a 2, and a 3, a 4, a 5, blah, blah, blah. Now, how do you use the trend-based fib extension? Now, again, if you're using the trend-based fib extension on a waves 1, 2 to find out where 3 is, all you want to do is grab the trend-based fib extension. You're going to start from the beginning of wave 1 to the end of wave 1 to the end of wave 2. And that is how you will find out where wave 3 ends. And again, we are going to go over the ratios, what certain ratios we are going to be looking for, as well as the most common. So let's just go ahead and delete this. So as you can see here in this figure, I already have plotted waves 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and all the ratios that we are hitting on those, which are pretty normal ratios for each of the waves, or the most common ones. Let's go to lesson 2. Okay. So you have a wave 1 and a wave 2. Let's just put 3 up there, 4, 5. So how do I find what ratio wave 2 should hit? Whenever you're doing, keep this in mind, whenever you're doing a ratio for a corrective wave, you're always going to use a retracement. So it's kind of in the word. Anything that retraces the previous wave, you're going to use the Fibonacci retracement for. So again, all you're going to do is start from the beginning of wave 1 to the end of wave 1 and just stretch it over. The two most common ratios we are going to be looking for on wave 2 are going to be the 50% or the 0.5 and the 61.8 or the 0.618. Now, to find wave 3, let's go ahead and delete this and this. So we'd have a 1, a 2, a 3, 4, a 5. How do I find wave 3? You're going to use the trend-based fib extension, start from the beginning of wave 1 to the end of wave 1 to the end of wave 2. And wave 3 will normally hit either the 1.618, the 2.618, or the 4.236. The 2.618 being the most common ratio for wave 3. That's where we will put it at. Anything after wave or 1.618, wave 3 will be considered an extended wave. So here we're going to have an extended wave 3. And to find wave 4, again, for anything that retraces the previous wave, you are going to use a Fibonacci retracement for. So all you do is start from the beginning of wave 3 to the end of wave 3 and stretch it over. Now, the most common ratios that you're going to be looking for on wave 4 are going to be the 0.236 or the 23.6% or the 38.2%. Wave 4 is allowed to reach the 50%. It's very rare. However, it is allowed to reach the 50%, but keep in mind that wave 4 can never surpass the 50% mark of wave 3. And it kind of goes back to lesson 1 where we talked about wave 4 ending in the territory of subwaves 3 and 4 of primary 3. So it's normally going to either be the 0.236 or the 0.382. So we'll put it at the 0.236. Now that we found wave 4, we can go ahead and find wave 5. Now, wave 5 is going to be found using the trend-based FIP extension. You're going to start from the beginning of wave 3 to the end of wave 3 to the end of wave 4. And the most common ratios for wave 5 are going to be the 0.382, the 50%, or the 0.618. Now, the 0.618 being the very most common one out of all three. It's where wave 5 usually ends, so that's where we'll put it. And that is about it for lesson 2. What else can we go over? Okay. So back to extended waves, as I promised to talk about in lesson 1. Here we have an extended wave 3. If you were to have an extended wave 5, it would look something more so on the lines of this right here. So if wave 3 was not extended, keep in mind that one of the waves must be an extended wave. So if wave 5 is extended, it would hit the 1618. So that's what an extended wave 5 would look like. And normally, whenever you have an extended wave, the subwave of that primary wave is going to be the same subwave, is going to be the same extended wave. So if wave 3 is an extended wave, subwave 3 of primary 3 is going to also be extended, but rarely are subwaves ever extended. Just some tips to keep in mind when you're plotting Elliott and using fib to find the ratios for it. But that's about it for lesson 2. And we'll see you guys on lesson 3.